It's a warning shot. Come on, come on. She doesn't want the smoke. I gotta be honest, like, we should get the key to the city after this game is done. Because, like, straight up, the property values are gonna skyrocket, man. For killing all the residents? Bro, like, for cleaning up the damn streets. And, I mean, occasionally smashing every car window, but, like, it's gotta be done. It's every day, bro. Oh no, he's a Law and Order Andy. I'm not a Law and Order Andy. The denizens crawling the streets are literal, like, perversions of the human psyche, man. I mean literal in the most literal sense of the word. Like, look at they're visions of my own id carrying bladed weapons, man. Next you're gonna call them degenerates? Well, I don't think they're degenerates because they're not doing anything except, like, killing, man. Are they decrowed? They might be the picture you find in the dictionary when you look up decrowed. I guess you're using a dictionary that's a little bit dubious because it has words that don't exist and also pictures, but... My friends called me out on it. I defended your fake language till the end. I'm being 100% sincere when I say this. I truly, and I'm not trying to get into a broader philosophical discussion. Decrowed is a word in my world. Just because it's not in the dictionary, it honestly, like, doesn't matter to me at all. I know what it means. Many people know what it means and agree on a shared meaning of the word. How could it not be a real word if we can use it to communicate a more complex idea with a symbolic language? How could it not be a real word? We're using it as a word. I don't need to wait for Merriam and or Webster to weigh in. We're using it as a word right now. I know it's a word. You don't need to win the Nobel Prize to, you know, validate your scientific study. Hey, by the way, I never got this deep into science, despite having a degree in science. Hey, hang on a second there. I was getting to something. Like, I've never contributed to a scientific paper that's been published in a journal, okay? But I was sold the idea that the scientific method is so goated because, like, you write down the way that you did an experiment so that it could be replicated by other people, but especially the peers that review the research in order to go in the journal. So I guess naively, I kind of assumed that before it went into the journal's editors were like, we're gonna run a reasonable analog to this experiment just to make sure that it actually, like, checks out. And then come to find out at age 35 that actually they just read the paper and go, yeah, it looks like you guys did things right, and then they publish it in the paper. They don't engage in the scientific method or nothing. That would be so much work. Well, yeah, you're uncovering, like, fundamental truths of the universe, man. And it's 2024, like, it's no longer like apples are red, like, we're getting into some complex stuff. Like, they don't even try or nothing? That just seems crazy to me, man. You're supposed to replicate it yourself and then submit it? Yeah, but what if you're just, like, I know maybe this sounds naive or maybe, like, overly conspiratorial, but, like, what if you just made it up? Like, obviously, if it gets discovered, then you, like, you know, lose your credibility and probably your career, but, like, until it gets discovered, aren't you kind of like, aren't you rolling? I'm not trying to make science go woke, but that seems bad. How would you replicate experiments at CERN? I don't know, I thought, you know, like, let me put it this way, for Guinness Book of World Records, they have, like, a motherfucker come to your house and watch you drink, like, 100 glasses of milk in 10 minutes or something like that. They can't have, like, the editor-in-chief of astrophysics, like, go watch the experiment take place at least or something? Yeah, dude, you know how many fucking lectures I had to listen to about the Stanford prison experiment? From, like, 9th grade up through the 2nd year of university. Every single psychology class I took was like, it's, honey, wake up, it's time for your 3 lectures about the Stanford prison experiment. Then the dude is, like, 3 days away from death, and he's like, guess what? I made all this shit up. And you're like, buddy, you wasted, like, hundreds of thousands of hours of human beings' time throughout history. It's like generations of people have been fed your misinformation. Okay, God knows, so you could, I should have been checking my corners. That's on me. And like the first time you hear about the Stanford prison experiment, you're like, this is unbelievable. But then the dangerous thing is like the second time you hear about it, you're like, yeah, human beings are fundamentally monsters. But like one of the data points that leads you to believe that is an experiment that's made it into the public consciousness where the results were fucking made up, man. This one's for you, Milgram, you piece of shit. Was that? No, Zimbardo, sorry. Milgram, you might be chill. I don't know, maybe he made that shit up too. You can't trust none of them, man! Is it the Milgram experiment? Is that the one where they, the person pressed the button for increasingly dangerous, like, electric shocks, even though the plant who was in on it kept being like, wow, the shocks are really hurting, and then eventually, like, they pretended to be unconscious? There's a lot of experiments that I don't want to say fall for, because I guess that's not the spirit of, like, surveys or psychological research. There's a lot that I fall for, or would fall for. I honestly, in my heart, so you can't tell me I'm wrong because it's one man's opinion, in my heart, I would not have kept pressing the zap button. Not because I'm a fundamentally better person than the average, I think. I don't know, that's hard to tell. But, because anytime I've done those studies, which is, I don't know, like 15 times in my freshman year of university, because you had to in order to get your psychology credit, I always looked for the gimmick and tried to play around the gimmick. So whenever they would be like, hey, we're testing like your memory to see like how many numbers you can remember like in sequence, like I was already in game day mentality from the moment I walked in the lobby. I'm looking around the lobby, I'm looking at the bowl of candy in the middle. Oh, there's only one piece of candy in the bowl. Yeah, there's 3 people in here and there's only one piece of candy in the bowl. We're gonna go see who's gonna be the person that grabs the candy from the bowl. I see how it is. And then the whole memory thing is just for no reason. It's just the red herring. So I think straight up, I would have sniffed out the zap. I would have been like, I'm not zapping this guy, he's my brother. They'd be like, zap him. I say, he just said it gave him a headache. I'm not gonna keep pushing the button. You literally work in academia, no disrespect. I don't have to listen to you. I can walk out the front door. If I wanted to fake scientific research, what field should I do it in? Back me up here, DL Guiga. Finance? Economics. Because finance, you could run a back test. But economics, yeah, behavioral economics, I can't disagree, man. Spin the 2 wheels of behavioral economics. Individual stock picking is good because it reinforces the habit of, when you're hungry, paying attention to financial news, which is a long-term indicator of engagement in the market. That being said, DL Guiga probably thinks goodwill is real, so. It is. No, it's not, DL Guiga. Maybe, have you ever heard of a little company called Enron? Look it up, okay? They won't teach you that in school. Honestly, I have no reason to fear. Because, okay, I'm getting a little scared. I have no reason to fear because you haven't given me a save point, man. You haven't given me a save point. So yeah, if there's such a robust combat section, you wouldn't give me something truly dangerous before a save point. It would be considered bad game design. It would knock down your meta score by 4 points. And the Konami shareholders would lose like 7% of their investment overnight. So there's no chance. It's just not happening.
Laura? Where did she go?
I told you. Now we should be scared. Now we should be scared, man. My wife's got she's got a yellow moon on Discord. What am I supposed to do? Saw it and then I saw it say, yellow moon means she's away. None of you stand so tall. Yellow moon means no Discord call. It's a yellow moon. Yeah, you know what I'm talking about? Yellow, yellow, yellow moon.